What is going on, boys and girls? It's your boy, Macleangamble, coming at you with yet another fresh edit. And I actually got a lot of content to cover in this one. I thought it was just going to be a short drop where I wanted to ask you guys your opinion on something, but then I realized we got contest details, and I also haven't uploaded anything about Spellbreak, which I wanted to do. So we're going to cover all of that in this video, and yes, it's going to be a little bit of a long one. So sit back, relax, grab your snacks. Don't forget to turn on notifications if you haven't, and you're probably already subscribed because most of you are, but if you're not, why not hit that like and that subscribe button? It's just good karma. So without further ado, let's jump into the first topic in today's video. And without further ado, we got a little bit of a story coming up on this one. So if you guys don't know, that is the Eye of Sauron. Sauron? One of the two of them. Anyway, there's an evil wizard from Lord of the Rings coming into Fortnite, and he's going to be teaming up with Galactus. You can see it right there. I'm actually making this all up. It's speculation, but that's kind of funny. Anyway, the story as it goes was I was playing Marvel with you guys in lobby one day, and I got the Doctor Doom powers and was like, that sucks because I can never land shots with these stupid Doctor Doom gauntlets. Except that after playing for a while, I was landing all my shots, and I was like, wow, I did not become a better video game player overnight. How did this happen? And then I realized, like, oh, it's because I've been playing Spellbreak. Like, it's very similar to the toxic gauntlets in Spellbreak. And for those of you who don't know, this is Spellbreak in the background, and, like, look at that trajectory. Both the fire gauntlet and the toxic gauntlet shoot almost exactly the same as the Doctor Doom power. As a matter of fact, the Toxic Gauntlet is also green. It looks almost exactly the same. And I was like, you know what? That's kind of cool. Transitioning skills, learning how to shoot. And then I was like, wait a minute. That's not cool. There's more going on here. And while for a while, I had been a happy little gamer with my new Marvel powers in Fortnite and getting used to Spellbreak and everything it has to offer, I suddenly realized this is the same content. And I'm replaying these clips. These Doctor Doom gauntlets are these toxic gauntlets in Spellbreak. And not just that, I don't have the Iron Man power, but in Spellbreak, we're just Iron Man flying around. And then it occurred to me, it's not just that, but like, let's go see that Doom Ball. Yeah, there it is. That's my Doom Ball. But wait a minute. That's my Rock Ball. Was that a Doom Ball or a Rock Ball? Like, what's going on here? Okay. This is a Doom Ball. We can hold it for a minute. See that again. Yeah, that's almost the same thing, but that's a Rock Ball. And that's Iron Man flying again. Okay, that's Storm Power, for sure. We know that's Storm Power. We're in Fortnite. It spins around you in a radius, something around this size. Almost exactly like that. What? Wait a second. Let's see that again. Yeah, okay. So it looks a little different. There's more spinny stuff, but okay, this is two different powers, but the animation's basically a combination of the two. The ability's the same. Like I'm not going to show the storm again, but what I also realized is those gas clouds that come out of the toxic are like the toxic grenades in Fortnite. I forget where they're called now, but like it's the same gas puddle. And let's see the animation on the storm again. Oh yeah, there's the animation on the storm again, right there. A little more cartoony because it's in Spellbreak, but these are all the same abilities. Okay, Ragnarok, Thor, Colossal Marvik. You can't duplicate that. Wait, is that exactly the same thing? I don't know. Let's wait. No, come on. That's Thor. That's Iron Man flying. Still Iron Man flying. Gas grenades. The lightning is probably going to wind up being the cable gun, which is coming in there. Oh, and look here. No, that's Thor. That's Thor in Spellbreak, 100%. And boys and girls, like, here's everything in Fortnite again, and like it just drives me nuts. There is your Spellbreak Rock Bomb. There are your Toxic Gauntlets in Spellbreak. There is your ice defensive power or your cyclone offensive tornado. And last but not least, we've got the lightning strike that is in both games. And boys and girls, I need to know what your feelings are. Throw a comment on this video. Am I just being jaded? Or does all this new content, is it actually just the same stuff, repackaged, retooled? Like, I'm starting to realize it all feels the same and not actually like new gameplay. And I hope I didn't ruin it for you guys. But again, throw a comment in the description. Let me know what you think. And let's get on to what you're probably here for, more contest details. The games are on us, and hopefully you play with me. Well, boys and girls, you could jump right into my competition. And I'm going to throw the rules up in the background here. And rule number 1 is you have to register for this competition. Now, this is going to be really easy to do. Just drop a comment on any recent video in the format you see on the screen right now. That's all you got to do. Really, really simple. Comment on a video with your Fortnite name that you're going to be competing with, and you're registered. You have to do this before October 20th so I can make sure I can organize everything in 3 days in time for the contest. That is the first thing you need to do, and that is pretty much the only thing you need to do. Other than that, you cannot be anonymous competing in this competition. I'm going to have somebody else refereeing, looking after things with me, so we're going to be spectating. We want to make sure there's no cheaters. It's going to be very legit. Prizes are legit. I'm looking forward to making this pop off, but those are pretty much the 2 rules. You got to register before October 20th, and you cannot be anonymous when you jump into my lobby. Depending on how many people register, I'm going to have contest details between the 20th and 23rd that are going to finalize everything for you guys. And, yeah, that's pretty much everything you need to know at this point. So let's let some footage roll in the background, and boys and girls, you better run for cover. I am coming with a big competition for you guys. And well, boys and girls, number 3 on our item list today was some Spellbreak tips and tricks, and just some general advice for you guys who might want to check this game out and give it a try. The very first thing I have to say is this game has a practice mode. It's kind of like Fortnite Creative. All the items you could possibly find in the game are scattered on the ground. You can pick them up. There's some dummy bots you can shoot at. 100%, this is the first thing you should do. Each of the 6 gauntlets feels very differently, especially for new players. I would say stay away from like the electric and the wind one. They take, I feel like, a little bit more mastery. They don't hit as hard. Fire's really easy to use. Toxic's really easy to use. If you're a sniper, ice is going to be the way to go. I'm not a huge fan of rock, but it hits really hard. It's very tanky, so all 4 of those options are going to be fairly easy to pick up and just start rolling with. But like I said, you can have 2 gauntlets on at any one time in this game once you find your second set. So go into this practice mode, experiment with them. There's some combos, like for example, the toxic and the fire pairs really, really well. But there's a whole bunch of different ways that these elements interact with each other, and you're going to want to know that stuff before you jump into a game. So there you go. Like, this is like the practice. This is a pre-game lobby. It's got all this stuff, but if you do this in practice, you're going to have all day to pick these up, play around with them, see, especially what all the extra little circle abilities do. The circle abilities on my game, I don't know what they're going to be for you guys, but yeah, those all have a lot of different effects and really help your movement. So you're going to want to know what you're picking up and how all the items work and what you like and what's going to feel comfortable for you is definitely going to be the first thing. And so rather than me actually showing you guys all that stuff, you can go figure it out on your own time. I'm just going to roll some footage in the background here of a decent game I got into, and let's talk first about landing. So you might see these little white starry things on the map. These are like epic level chests, and it's a really good idea to try to land and go get one. However, they're also going to be the most contested spots on the map. So a lot of times when you're landing on them, yeah, there's going to be other squads. You're going to be in a fight right away. You're not really going to have a chance to get kitted up. So what I find is a really good strategy is landing near one, grabbing some loot, and then trying to third party whoever else might be there, you know, fighting out for these chests. Because one of the things with these chests is they take 5 to 7 seconds to like actually open up and set, so you can't just grab them right away. Now, on that note with grabbing chests right away, one of the first things you want to do is grab a second gauntlet. You'll notice I haven't been on the ground long, but I've already picked up a rock gauntlet as my second. The other thing you want to grab right away is a belt. I don't know why, but it's going to sound really weird. In this game, you either can't use or can't... Well, I've obviously picked up shields. You can't use shields until you found a belt. So you're going to be running around at about half of your total health the entire game until you find a belt. So it's really important to grab a belt and a second set of gauntlets as fast as possible. You're also going to want to find a rune power. That's my circle ability I was talking about earlier, as fast as possible. And definitely check these all out. There's invisibility, dash, jump, flight, height. There's a wolf's one. Go into practice mode, figure them all out. What I will say is usually in every video game I play that has invisibility, I always think that's the most OP ability. In this game, however, the cooldown times are a little long. It doesn't last as long as I'd like it to, and I honestly feel the best rune ability you can get in this game is flight. You hit circle, you can fly around basically like a superhero. It allows you to get into fights, out of fights, take height. I'm going to recommend you try to roll with that one if you can find it, but like I said, go into practice mode, play around, and find out what feels good for you guys. On a related note, that's one thing I've noticed a lot of players don't do in this game is take advantage of height. I see a lot of people running around, engaging in fights on low ground or mid ground. Like any other battle royale, you don't want to take a 50-50 fight. You'd rather third party somebody. You'd rather jump in unexpected when they've already been, you know, exchanging damage. They're already lower health. A lot of people don't play height. They use their abilities to move around quick. They like to hover. So as a new player, that's going to be a really big tip is you can sit on height almost unnoticed, look around like an eagle, find your target, swoop in, hit them when they're not expecting it, and that's going to give you a really big advantage in every single fight you take in this game. Now, the next thing I should probably mention for all you new people starting out, like when I was playing Fortnite, I played solos to try to get better. Every fight I took, the guy knew how to build better than me. I would get killed. It was so frustrating. So squads was the way to go. I could get revived. I had some support. You know, I could throw chip damage back and forth with my buddies, and it was easier to stay alive and get further in the game and learn more and get better. Like for me, that was just my experience. Squads was the way to go. I had help. I could play longer, get better, engage in more fights. Not the case in this game. Unless everybody has really, really good comms, which 99% of the time is not going to be the case if you're playing random squad lobbies. You want to play solos in this game. Taking a 50-50 fight, and I don't think I got one right here. No, I don't think I have one in this game, but a lot of the kills I've gotten are because I'm wearing the toxic gauntlets. I'll catch somebody in a little farmhouse like this or in a little castle. They're in a corner opening a chest, and they don't know that I'm landing on them. And I just spam the corner with my toxic gauntlet. And maybe I hit them, maybe I don't. But either way, they're standing in a corrosive puddle that's doing, 6 damage, chip, 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 pretty quick. And here's one of those big rare chests I was mentioning in the first part of the video. But yeah, they're stuck in this corner. They're taking my poison damage. It's also slowing them down, so they got to turn around and take me at a 50-50, stuck in a corner, moving slow, taking poison damage. They don't stand a chance. And that's, at the end of this game, you're going to see why it is so important, or not why it's so important, sorry, why you should probably start playing solos instead of squads, is you can really easily jump on somebody in a 1v1, and in a 50-50 just totally take advantage of a fight and have the other player have no chance whatsoever. Now, imagine you got 2 or 3 players jumping on you doing the same thing. You're not even going to know what's happening. And at the very end of this video, watch how I die. I'm playing really well in endgame. I'm throwing damage left, right, and center. I try to go for a revive, and that just happens. Like, a 2 or 3 man team just all hits me with their abilities at the same time, and I can't take the damage. I die immediately. I don't have time to react. You can't do anything about that. So in squads, unless you're sticking together and communicating very well, it's not really going to work for you. As a new player, play solos. Take a fight 1v1 where you know, even if you get stuck up on, hopefully you can use your rune ability. Take advantage of the extra mobility that offers, get out of it, dip, and, you know, try to re-engage or escape the fight. And on that note, since most of you guys are Fortnite players, maybe checking this game out, the 2 big differences you need to note are obviously, number 1, no builds, no guns. And let's talk about the first one for a bit, no builds. In Fortnite, it is really easy to be able to, once you're a good builder, run around freely. If somebody shoots at you, you have all kinds of defensive options. You can crank 90s, you can box up, you can basically build around to get out of a fight. You absolutely can't do that in this game. Now, the difference, which a lot of Fortnite pros complain about, is there's a lack of mobility in a lot of seasons of Fortnite. You have tons and tons of mobility in this game. So, you can move around fast, but you're almost always exposed. If you need cover, you've got to hide behind something, and you can't make it yourself. You've actually just got to move and find something to hide behind. And you see how fast the 2 of us just did that player in. Like, he didn't even have a chance to move. He didn't even know what was happening. This is why you should play solos if you're new to the game. Anyway, back to the mobility. You have tons and tons of mobility. Now, there's no guns in this game. And in Fortnite, you're probably used to everything shooting straight. Everything in this game has kind of a curved trajectory. Not everything. There's some things that will shoot very straight, like these ice gauntlets right there. But what you need to get used to is predicting that, okay, people aren't building. They're not going to stay in the same spot and take advantage of building defensively. They're going to be moving a lot more. So what you want to watch is, where are they going to land? So right here, I'm floating as high as I can, and this is what I was telling you guys earlier about height. Eagle eye. I got chests there I can grab. There's nobody around. I've got clear sights. I don't know why more players don't play height, but anyway, I digress. You don't have guns, things don't shoot straight. So what you want to do is be more predictive of how people are moving and where they're going to land, and that's where you want to shoot. In Fortnite, you kind of want to just line them up. They're there. Hopefully I don't get bloom. I get first shot accuracy. Boom, 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 boom. Hit them quick. Not in this game. You want to watch where they're going to land and basically spam that spot just before they hit it. And then all your shots land, you do damage, you slow them down. You know, you do your thing, and you're seeing a couple more of these big chests here, boys and girls. But yeah, that's the main differences between Fortnite and this game are, 1, you have a ton of mobility here, like on call all the time with short cooldowns. Whereas Fortnite, you don't have that. You're stuck running around very, very slowly, but you have builds, which gives you a lot more defensive options. So you're always exposed in this game. You don't have that defense, but you've got the extra mobility to move around and make up for it. And keep that in mind for any Fortnite player coming over to Spellbreak. It's once you kind of make that realization, it's really going to help your gameplay. Now, there's 2 last things I think I need to comment on in this video to give you guys the best fighting chance possible. And the first one I want to talk about is, you may have noticed every big chest I grab, there's a big gold scroll that comes out of it, and I'm always really quick to take the 2 seconds, read the scroll. If you look in the bottom right corner, you'll notice there's a purple, a yellow, and a blue foot. The yellow's bolts, whatever. But you'll notice like some of that stuff is filled in. That's because I've taken 7 of these scrolls so far. And if you don't take these scrolls, these are power-ups and buffs that are going to stick with you the whole game that are really going to help out. And especially the yellow one, if I remember, I'm pretty sure it's the yellow one, is basically the Fortnite equivalent of you kill someone, you get health and shields. Obviously, the foot helps you move, run faster, and movement in this game is so clutch. And again, high ground. Look at me. Nobody's up here. Nobody's looking for me. I can scan the environment. I can just rain fire down. I digress. So you want to be reading as many of these scrolls as you can, but it takes 2 seconds, so don't do it in a fight. Wait till you've mopped up a match and then eat those scrolls. The second really weird sort of advanced tip I'm going to give you guys is you level up in this game. And it's not like leveling up a battle pass. It's literally in-game. Every time you run into a new circle, you get a new level. And on the selection screen, when you're picking your spell gauntlets, look on the right side and you're going to see 4 abilities. You're going to start with the basic spray like that and the basic toxic cloud that I can do with these toxic gauntlets. But once I run into the first zone or survive the first zone, I don't know exactly how it works, I'm going to level up and I'm going to get access to that first ability. And then the second, third, fourth. So your main gauntlet is actually going to level up and power up. I do not believe it applies to the second gauntlet. I'm not 100% sure, so if anybody does know, please throw a comment in this video, and yeah, we can make sure chat's updated. But like one of the perks of upgrading the toxic gauntlet is I can actually run through my toxic cloud and get a brief invisibility and a speed boost. Like that's really, really handy. Especially watching this background footage, I'm, moving around, taking advantage of height. Everything I've told you guys, you got all the tips, tricks, tools, all the basic stuff to do well at this game. I'm going to sign out, Macleangamble out, but yeah, watch me get smoked at the end of this. Stay safe, boys and girls. Thank you for tuning in and staying in this far. I'm out for the night. I'll talk to you guys soon. Where's this player? That's what I was worried about.